What's up, sports bettors? We have some early MLB bets for Thursday, June 30th. So unfortunately, we only got 8 games, but I found a good spot with some early value. So we'll go ahead, we will get into it. We are going to be looking at the Mariners Athletics game, and I found a positive EV bet, an early line discrepancy that I really like. So again, the OddsJam Positive EV betting tool, it just constantly scans the sports books, updating millions of odds in real time to try to find you data-driven sports picks, right? Bets that actually have a mathematically quantifiable profit margin based on real-time data. So for example, if we take a look at the Mariners-A's game tomorrow, we can see first inning total runs, over half of a total run, so yes run first inning, is plus 115 on DraftKings Sportsbook, right? Now, if we click into the odds, you can see the sharpest bookmaker in the world, Pinnacle, they're pricing the over half of a total run or the yes run first inning at minus 105, right? So we're getting 20 cents of improvement from the sharpest, most efficient, bookmaker out there. They only have 16 cents in market width, which you can see right here. So when sportsbooks have tighter markets, that means there's less market width, and the sharpest books are quite confident in their lines, right? So when Pinnacle has very tight market width, they've received a lot of volume of bets. They have a very efficient betting market, right? They only have 16 cents of market width, whereas DraftKings, as you can see here, they have 35 cents of market width. Pinnacle, only 16, right? A very efficient betting market. So this is a true pricing discrepancy, and it's pretty clear that this plus 115 on DraftKings is a great bet that we want to be on. So I went ahead, I locked it in for $150, the yes run first inning or over half of a total run. On OddsJam, you just look for the profit margin, right? And then you scroll over and you see the bet in bold with a circle around it. So this bet has a 6% profit margin, roughly. So every $100 you bet, you have $6 in edge or in profit margin as a sports bettor. So the higher the percent, the more profitable the bet, right? So if we had to pick blindly, it should be pretty clear. We'd rather be on the Mariners A's yes run first inning plus 115 since the market width is lower and the profit margin is higher. It's 6%, 6.06%, as compared to, let's say, White Sox, first half team total plus 110, only 2% profit margin and higher market width. But the OddsJam Positive EV page will essentially just show you data-driven bets where you have the edge, you have the mathematical profit margin as a sports bettor, such as the yes run first inning in the Mariners A's game on Thursday, June 30th. So I went ahead, I locked it in, as you can see on the screen, for $150, so 6% profit margin, putting my own money on it, $9 in EV. DraftKings limited me to roughly $150, so I just rounded to $150 and I hit it, right? 6% profit margin, $150 stake, so roughly $9 in, EV or edge quantified in dollars, right? You just take your EV percentage, you multiply it by your stake. So a very good bet. I went ahead and locked in on DraftKings, and then you can go ahead and add this pick to your bet tracker. So the OddsJam bet tracker is super useful. So 6.06% profit margin on this bad boy, because it will grade your bets as wins and losses. And it will also show you your ROI and how frequently you're beating the closing line. So as a sports bettor, what I like to do kind of on a daily basis with all my picks is go through and make sure I'm consistently beating the market, right? I'm getting better odds than the closing line. It's not going to be possible to do every single time. You're not always going to be able to beat the closing line, but you should over 50% of the time, and that will give you a positive ROI, right? If you're beating CLV over 50% of the time, you're beating the market over 50% of the time, you're more likely, you should be profitable, which means a positive ROI and a positive net profit. So of course, you'll have every sports bettor will have downswings and upswings. It's really about withstanding variance, finding bets that actually have an edge, and placing them on a consistent basis, as many bets as you can lock in with tight market width and a high profit percentage. So we can see that Pinnacle, they're pricing the yes run first inning at minus 105 and the no runs first inning or the under half of a total run at minus 111. So if we put that into a zero vig odds calculator, what this calculator will do is essentially remove the vig, remove the juice or the spread from a sportsbook's market, both sides of the market, equal and opposite outcomes, the over and the under, and tell you the true odds if you remove the vig or the juice, which is how all bookmakers make money. So you want to remove the vig or the juice to get an indication of what is the true odds for a bet. And we can see the OddsJam Positive EV page shows that under the no vig odds column, which is just the exact same thing as the true line, the fair odds, the fair line, the true odds, whatever you want to call it. So the fair line is plus 102.71, and we're getting plus 115 on DraftKings. That's what you want as a sports bettor, right? You always want to be getting value to the true odds from the sharpest, most efficient betting market, right? Pinnacle. So always look for value, right? In all cases you can, right? This is a great bet, right? There's a lot of good bets out there, and I try to make these videos not too long. But, given that the true odds are plus 103, once you remove the juice from a sportsbook's market, we see that the win probability for this bet is 49.33%. Right? That's the way sportsbooks work. They have a model. They're taking all these bets. It's a betting market. They're adjusting their lines based on all the volume. It's a very efficient, fair betting market, right? And the win probability, their model is pricing that this, wager, yes run first inning, has a 49.33% win probability, which implies a fair line of plus 103, plus 102.71. And then the sportsbook adds juice into their market, which is just their profit margin, right? Pinnacle believes the true odds are plus 103, so they give the bettor worse odds at minus 105, right? So based on the true odds, as long as you're getting improvement to the true odds, you'll have a positive EV bet, a mathematically profitable bet. So we're getting plus 115, which is better than the true odds. And again, this is only possible because sportsbooks have different odds, right? It's only possible to find line discrepancies in positive EV bets because bookmakers have different odds, right? And here we can see it's a pretty clear pricing discrepancy on DraftKings. So I went ahead and I locked it in. 6% profit margin, $9 in EV on this bet. So quite happy with that. And given the win probability, it's kind of like if you could buy stocks $10 cheaper than they're trading in the market. Like you just have an insane advantage. So that's essentially what we're doing with positive EV betting, right? We're finding bets with an edge where we're getting above market value, we're hitting them, and we know we're going to make money over the course of the long run because we have the edge as a sports bettor. So this bet is hitting 49.33% of the time. We're getting plus 115 odds. We hit it for 150. So $9 in profit margin, $9.09, exactly as you see kind of on my little spreadsheet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions you have about sharp sports betting, MLB betting strategies, you can book a call with us below. You can comment them. We're happy to help. Our only job is to help sports bettors become sharper, more profitable, and make some money. So let's make some money.